Hi guys, welcome to another episode of our coffee chat. Today I have Gaven on, and he's a production manager here at Pure Greens. We will be discussing frequently asked questions that we get about our units today. Welcome Gaven, and cheers. Gaven, what type of surface is required for a container farm?
So ideally you'd want a level concrete slab. About 10 feet by 42 feet or so, something to cover the overall footprint of your container, which is about 8 by 40. Okay. Your container rests on the 4 bottom corners. Okay, that come on the factory refrigerated container, right? So that being said, what you could do is pour footers. Okay, a footer about 24 inch by 24 inch at each corner. For those corners to rest on. Aside from that, I mean, you have other options like asphalt, gravel. Those aren't as ideal as a concrete slab, but the worst of all would be loose dirt, right? So you wouldn't want to put your container farm on a dirt foundation, mainly because over time, a corner or two can start to settle. Okay, and really your true objective is to make sure that your farm stays level. Your racks inside the container, they already have a slight pitch to them to have sufficient water flow through your racks and through your channels. That being said, you want to make sure that your container just stays level.
So Gaven, what would a person do that only has access to dirt as their surface?
That happens. That's a really good question. Although not ideal, it's not to say that it's not possible. You can put the container on a dirt foundation. What you'd at least want to try to do is pack that dirt down. You want to try to give as solid of a dirt foundation as possible. What you can do is under each corner put a piece of plywood, something that provides a larger footprint to each corner. To try to minimize that potential for them to start sinking into the ground over time. Either that, or you can do something like railroad ties under the 2 front corners and the 2 back corners. Something that provides a large footprint, right? That will be harder to sink into the ground instead of the small corners on each corner. So that's what I would do.
That's good to know. There are options. Gaven, how are the container farms heated and cooled?
So our container farms, we use wall mount package HVAC units connected to our environmental control system, which is GrowLink. Through the GrowLink, you can set all types of parameters: your humidity, your temperature, light scheduling, basically everything, your nutrients and all. But in terms of heating and cooling, you set the GrowLink to your desired temperature. And the conditioned air comes through the fabric ducting depending on that set point. So if you're showing 85 degrees inside the unit and you have it set for 78, of course, the compressor's going to kick on, the fan's going to kick on, and you're going to get nice, cool air through your fabric ducting to cool off the unit, which could also help out with humidity control as well. In colder climates, if you have your lights off for a long period of time, things can get colder than you would like them to be. So depending on where your set point is for the heat, if it reaches that set point, it'll call for heat. Turning on the heater and having the warmer air come through the unit, get it back up to your set point.
Okay. What if the farmer is not on site? Would he get any kind of notification or alarm when the heater kicks in?
Absolutely. So even states away, if you want to look on your app and check in on your farm. You can see the current status of everything, control set points, change things of that nature. Set up push notifications to where if that temperature does get too high, you'll get a notification saying, hey, your farm's too hot. You need to figure out what's going on.
That's really amazing. That actually means, guys, that you can farm anywhere in any climate. Gaven, what kind of electricity would I need to operate my container farm?
So upon receiving your container farm, very important, you want a certified electrician to hook up your farm, okay? But what they would need to supply is 120, 240 volt, 3-wire, single phase power, okay? And that would be hooked up to your outdoor load center that comes all pre-wired, ready to go on the container. Okay, and you could be running, depending on the layout and design, you're probably requiring anywhere from 60 amps to 200 amps, depending again. You can have less lights, more lights, larger HVAC, a smaller HVAC, and all those things play a part as far as how much energy your container is going to consume.
Gavin, would it be possible to place solar panels on your container farm? That's a question we get asked frequently here.
We haven't done that here, but absolutely, if the customer wanted to entertain doing that after they receive the container, they can do so.
Very cool. Thank you so much, Gavin, for joining us.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, guys, for watching, and please make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next week.